I'm Rose's brother here in support of her. I wanted to also speak about the war on drugs and the decriminalization of marijuana. I wanted to encourage you guys to kind of look at this from a reverse perspective. Rosa told me that this has been on the city council agenda for the city to actually officially, direct the cops not to enforce this law. I would like to encourage you to look at it from the other perspective of that if we were in this place today and that marijuana was legal, we would not be sitting here with public outcry for it to be criminalized right now. Not with the standards that have been set with alcohol and tobacco. There's just no way. You could look at the arguments for it, which I jotted down. You could say that it would corrupt our youth, but that's mainly just misinformation that moms don't realize that you can get black market stuff much easier than you can get, government-regulated substances. You could argue the public health issue, but again, with the standards that have been set with alcohol and tobacco, there's really obviously much disregard for public health in substance abuse areas. The government, it seems like, has purposely stifled research on marijuana because I believe that it would contradict their view on it, their criminalization of it. No proven deaths, no no real public health issue there. Also, I guess the only real argument you could make is that it's big business. It is a very profit-oriented. The war on drugs specifically is very profiteering and very profit-driven. Big pharma also ties into it with the drug companies being able to prescribe far more painkillers, which are also addictive and very dangerous and haven't been tested. And it really just is a vicious cycle about the cops that enforce it and the bloated budgets of police agencies, which has kind of shifted to the war on terror, not so much the war on drugs, but always their next thing. And also the prison system, which is turned into this sprawling profiteering network as well, which is very ugly. So unfortunately, jobs is probably the only argument you could make for making something like this illegal, a weed that grows by the side of the road. But just wanted to also encourage you to look at the bigger picture, and that we really need to not just decriminalize weed, but also the whole war on drugs and the war on liberty that's been taking place. Just like to close by saying, President Obama had a campaign promise of ending the war on Iraq, but his administration really just shifted battlefields. They never really addressed the whole idea of a foreign policy of preemptive wars of aggression that got us into the place. They've started many more. But in decriminalizing marijuana, we can't afford to simply move to the next battlefield where maybe less people will notice the injustices going on or something like this. We must wholly reject and reverse the police state trend that's happened since 9/11 and embrace the sweetness of liberty. Thank you.
Thank you very much.